And it is a national holiday in the world of football draft enthusiasts. Mel Kiper Jr. has released his Mock Draft 4.0, and once again, it's loaded with seismic shifts, bold predictions, and headline-worthy takes. Perhaps the most eye-catching development in this latest edition is the drop of Shedeur Sanders to the 9th overall pick, landing with the New Orleans Saints, a team in dire need of a franchise quarterback with poise, pedigree, and leadership. But it's the name Travis Hunter that sets this mock ablaze, igniting debate and speculation across the league. Kiper projects the dynamic two-way phenom to the Cleveland Browns at number 2 overall, a franchise seeking a transformative presence on either side of the ball. And when you speak of Hunter, you're not just speaking about a prospect. You're speaking about a player who bends positional boundaries and shatters conventional scouting frameworks. Ryan Clark didn't mince words. Travis Hunter is whatever he wants to be, but pressed to choose, Clark would line him up as a defensive back. It's not just about raw athleticism, though Hunter has that in spades. It's about a rare instinct for the ball, a mind for the game, and a confidence under pressure that separates the good from the generational. Clark argues that 70 to 75 catches make a good wide receiver, but 6 to 8 interceptions? That's all-pro territory. That's Defensive Player of the Year material. And that's the bar Hunter can clear. His hands, bare, ungloved, and still magnetic, send a message to scouts at the highest collegiate stage. Playing without gloves isn't just a fashion statement. It's a statement of trust in your natural ability. For Clark, it harkens back to the late, great Sean Taylor, a legend whose influence still echoes across the safety position. Kiper, typically reserved in his assessments, appears smitten with Hunter's offensive upside, but concedes there's no wrong answer. Wide receiver or corner, Hunter is a rare breed. He's not simply a great player. He's a unicorn, a once-in-a-generation force that has no precedent in the 47-year history of Kiper's draft coverage. We've seen dual-threat players before, but never with this level of polish, performance, and potential. He's Shohei Ohtani in cleats, a two-way marvel poised to reshape positional expectations in the NFL. As the discussion shifts to other bold moves in the mock, the Raiders' selection of Boise State's Ashton Janney at 6th overall sparks another passionate debate. Janney, a complete and powerful back with versatility and vision, represents a high-risk, high-reward proposition for a Raiders team with multiple roster voids. Kiper's ranking, Janney at number 4 on his big board, is a testament to the talent, but the philosophy behind drafting a running back this high remains polarizing. For years, Kiper himself has championed the idea of devaluing the position. Now, ironically, he finds himself defending it, and he does so vigorously. Critics argue that selecting a running back this early, especially for a team with glaring deficiencies across the offensive line and defensive front, is like putting chrome rims on a car without an engine. It's flashy but premature. The counterpoint? If a player is elite, you draft him. Full stop. And Janney fits that profile. According to Kiper, whose board lists only 2 true difference makers at the position, Janney and North Carolina's Amari and Hampton. There's a steep drop after them. He insists, this isn't a deep class at the very top despite the perception of running back depth. What's more, the situation echoes past draft narratives. Saquon Barkley went high. Leonard Fournette, the same. They were stars in college, immediate contributors in the pros, and helped stabilize teams that believed in their talent. But context matters. Those teams were already built to support such players. A complete roster enhances a running back's value. An incomplete one exposes their limitations. That's why Derrick Henry flourished in Baltimore, and why the Eagles turned into champions with Barkley. Those teams didn't rely on the back to be the engine. They were already moving full speed. And then there's the reality of this year's draft class, which lacks the blue-chip dominance seen in years past. So if not Janney at number 6, then who? Tedra McMillan's Pro Day 40 time, ranging between 4.53 and 4.57, raises questions about his top-end speed. Edge rushers like Jalen Walker are slightly undersized for prototype, and with solid tackles already in place in Colton Miller and DJ Glaze, the offensive line may not be an urgent need. This isn't just about Janney. It's about a draft class with more questions than answers. Kiper circles back, doubling down on his stance. Janney and Hampton are the cream of this running back crop, and the separation between them and the rest is significant. Ohio State's Henderson is explosive, yes, but he needed Quinton Judkins to shoulder the load. Caleb Johnson from Iowa and a handful of others may go in the second round, but they don't possess the total package, attitude, production, and upside that Kiper sees in his top two. And while the draft debates rage, a subplot unfolds on air. Field Yates, known for his sharp analysis and encyclopedic recall, is gradually morphing into a younger Mel Kiper, not just in football IQ but in hair, glasses, and perhaps someday in temperament. It's a running joke with a deeper truth. The next generation of analysts is already here, and they're carrying the torch forward with reverence and rigor. As the NFL draft approaches, one thing is clear: this isn't just about picks on paper. This is about vision, philosophy, and belief. Belief that a cornerback can be a Hall of Famer, that a running back can still be a cornerstone, and that sometimes the boldest moves, whether by teams or by mock drafters, are the ones that define an era